The Japanese Type 99 rifle was adopted in 1939 and replaced their Type 38 rifle. Japan had decided the 6.5mm cartridge of the Type 38 rifle needed to be replaced by something similar to the 7.7mm cartridge fired in their light machine gun. The Type 99 was based on the Type 38 rifle, but chambered in the 7.7 by 58mm cartridge. Its replacement of the Type 38 rifle was not fully realized before the end of World War II. As World War II progressed, the Type 99 was repeatedly simplified for speed of manufacturing and availability of resources. This is an early model and has many features that were later removed or simplified. This rifle story starts in Kokura, Japan, around 1943, but we'll get to that in a minute. On top of the receiver are several Japanese characters. This is the rifle model. Prior to the end of World War II, Japanese writing was typically read vertically from right to left, or, if space did not permit, horizontally from right to left, as we see here. The character on the right is Shiki, which translates to type. The next two characters are each the numeral 9. The rifle was adopted in the Japanese calendar year of 2599, thus the 99 designation. On the Western calendar, this year was 1939. Above this is a grind mark. This is where the symbol of the Japanese emperor was marked. It was a 16-petal chrysanthemum and is commonly referred to as a mum. The chrysanthemum indicated the weapon was made for the Japanese army and was the property of the emperor. After Japan's surrender at the end of World War II, the chrysanthemums were typically removed or defaced on surrendered weapons by grinding or filing, which can be seen on this rifle. Moving to the left side of the receiver, we see this symbol. This represents a stack of 4 cannonballs stacked up and viewed from the top. This symbol was used by Kokura Arsenal, located in Kokura, Japan, as an arsenal or manufacturer mark. Forward of the arsenal mark, we have the series and serial number. A series is a block of 100,000 serial numbers, from 0 to 99,999. These were assigned by the Japanese government to the varying arsenals for production of Type 99 rifles. The series number is denoted by a Japanese character within a circle. These characters are called kana. This is a Series 22 mark and was the third of 6 series assigned to the Kokura arsenal. Following the series mark is a serial number. This rifle, having an 82,000 serial number, puts it toward the end of the 22nd series, and was likely produced around early 1943. Production date records are not available, so this is an educated estimate. During production, after serialization, some parts were marked with the last 3 digits of the serial number. This allowed fitted parts to be batch processed and then reassembled. For a 22nd series rifle, these parts included the upper band, marked on the bayonet lug, the bolt, marked on the underside of the handle, the safety knob, marked on the end of the shaft, and the firing pin, marked on the sear catch. As parts were completed, they would be inspected. Once they passed inspection, they would be marked with an inspection mark. For Kokura Arsenal, the inspection mark was this kana character. It can be found on a number of parts and represents the sound se. The cuts along the receiver on the left side, above the serial number, and the right side, just below the stock line, are guides for a receiver dust cover. These were often lost or removed during the rifle's service life or just not included in later models. This rifle likely was originally produced with a dust cover. An interesting note on stock production for the Type 99 is they were made in 2 pieces. This created less waste, as they could use a smaller wood plank for the main portion. It also allowed the toe of the rifle to be stronger, with the wood grain in line with the bottom edge of the stock. As mentioned, this rifle has the early Type 99 features that were later simplified. This includes a knurled safety knob, a rear sight with sight ladder and anti-aircraft wings, a monopod, protective ears on the front sight, a chrome-lined barrel, and a long cleaning rod. During final assembly, many of the screws used on the rifle were staked. This was to ensure the screws did not come loose and was done by using a punch to displace some of the metal from the part against the screw. As production was completed, the rifle would have gone through its final inspections. This is the Department of Control mark for the Kokura arsenal. It can be found on the receiver after the arsenal mark and on the stock behind the trigger guard tang. Where this rifle went from the factory has been lost to time. In early 1943, the war in the Pacific was far from over, and the rifle was certainly put into use in some manner. It remains in good condition, and the ground mum, as noted earlier, indicates it did not leave the service of Japan until after the war's end. At some point, this rifle was imported into the United States. Of note is a lack of an import mark. Import marks were not required in the US until 1986. With the ground mum, it was most likely imported sometime between the end of World War II and 1986, possibly as a post-war bringback. Every firearm has a history, and some of this rifle's story has been deciphered through its markings and features. A special thanks to Type99Arisakas.weebly.com for the help on the video. This is an excellent resource on the Type 99, and a link to the site is in the description. Thanks for watching. If you found this video interesting or helpful, go ahead and give the video a like and subscribe to the channel. Then let us know what you thought or like to see with a comment. If you would like to support the channel more than you already are by watching and sharing the video, you can become a member on Patreon or YouTube or a subscriber on Player. Links to these are in the description below. For more information on this rifle and others, head on over to historyandfirearms.com.